Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Recently, I've been meaning to give more love and attention to groups doing covers or artists doing covers. Ever since we were doing like viewer requests and things like that, and getting covers and just seeing just a handful of covers here and there from other artists doing it, there's not really a reason why I never did check them out on the channel. Just primarily it was like a time thing. But we have time today. And we have two artists that I'm very passionate about partnering up once again to do a special cover. It is Miss AleXa, who we've checked out on multiple times on this channel, and also *롤링쿼츠, who I've not had the opportunity to listen to on this channel yet, and I've been waiting for so long to get a chance. And they have partnered up together to do a rock cover of Blackpink's Pink Venom and Bangtansonyangdan BTS's Mic Drop. Two, I'd say, fairly different type songs. So I have no idea how this is going to come together, but considering *롤링쿼츠 and their talents and their kind of song structure and how they arrange certain things, paired with AleXa's vocals, I think we're going to be in for a good time. So switch on over one time. And yeah, let's just check it out. Here we go. Fortunately, no captions. I don't think, at least. Yeah, no captions, but don't think we'll need them. 4K, and let's just enjoy the music, shall we? Here we go. Crunchy already. I love it. Oh, I love the contrasting of the quiet and the loud on the arrangement already. And of course, we get two guitar parts because RQ has two guitarists. Favorite arrangement for a group. Double guitarists. I hear you, Irie. Hop off. Oh. Drop it in the register a little bit. And then take it up for the second half. Alright. Oh, nice use of the musical silence. If we want to talk about musical silence, that was musical silence. Oh my child, let's go. We'll talk about it later once we're done, but ooh. I love the double guitar solo. Ooh. Love that Hyunjin just got that brief little moment on her own to just really kind of wrap up that last phrase real clean with the little 3 crunchy hits, musical sounds, and then bring in everyone at the end. Oh, oh, I love the way they end. That just one hit, just bang, short, sweet, to the point, just one note, cut everything off, wrap it up nice and tight. Ooh, ooh. Now that the song is over, I have to admit two things. One, I am not the biggest fan of Pink Venom, not by any means. I don't mind Blackpink music. In fact, I quite like Blackpink music. Just Pink Venom was not my cup of tea. Two, up until today, I've been pronouncing Irie's name wrong. I thought it was pronounced like Ide, kind of like Ide from Purple Kiss. Turns out it's Irie. I didn't know that until today. Hopefully, I didn't use the wrong pronunciation up until now, but Irie, lead guitarist? Oh my lord. Let's talk. Let's talk. I want to get to the solos because the thing about having a double guitar arrangement within your group is that it gives you the opportunity to double stack your middle section of your song. So you have your vocal top line, you have your instrumental top part, which turns into your middle line, and then you have your instrumental bottom end. The bottom end of the song, you have your percussion part with Young on drums, and then you have Autumn on bass. So shout out Autumn on bass. She held down that bottom end of that song real well. Like especially once both Hyunjung and Irie got up to their guitar solos at the end. Like she was really holding down the bass of the song. Bass because she plays bass. Bad pun aside, like she was holding down the song really well. And while like her playing style, especially in like this much more aggressive rock sound, isn't as noticeable as say like a slap bass on like a funk song, you still notice it, and you still need to have the appreciation for the bass part. But the guitarists, two different guitar styles, very important on adding depth to your song. Much like how having Jaeyoung and AleXa together on the vocal part provides that extra layer of depth in the vocals, having Irie and Hyunjung on guitar together is so cool because it's that 1-2 punch thing. Typically, you associate 1-2 punches with rapping and rap verses, but it's the exact same thing. It's two different artists playing one after another in a different style that complements each other. So, like, let's jump. Like, Irie's playing style for me reminds me a lot of more 80s hard rock, like hair metal era guitar solos, and specifically like more technical players, because her like solo isn't extremely fast, but there's very subtle like technical things to it that reminds me a lot of Steve Clark from Def Leppard and his guitar solos. If you listen to early to like middle era Def Leppard solos up until the Hysteria album, if you know your Def Leppard history, up until the Hysteria album, primarily on guitar solos you had Steve Clark on them, and his guitar solos aren't like ridiculously fast or ridiculously complex, but they're intricate. And Irie's guitar solo reminds me a lot of Steve Clark's guitar techniques. I love it, and it's recognizable in that like you can, if you paid attention and like kind of slow it down and like piece your way through it, you could replicate this guitar solo to an extent. There's that last little level of intricacy that requires the talent that she has to play it. But you can make a simplified version of this guitar solo and get away with it. And it's kind of like the neat part about a guitar solo like this is that it doesn't require speed, it just requires good technique to play it. Hyunjung's guitar solo it's a lot more. What's a good way to describe this? It's like unhinged in a way where it kind of does whatever it wants. It flows wherever it wants to. There's more fluidity behind like the notes. There's a lot more modern techniques, whether it be the runs or even the really subtle, aggressive like whammy bar choke or the tapping sequence. It's more techniques that I feel like has been used in the last like 20, 30 years than it was in the 1980s and 90s. But regardless, both work hand in hand on their own really well, but they work together really well as well. And like all throughout the song, you can hear, I think the pans are accurate. So like the guitars you hear on the left are Hyunjung, and the guitars you hear on the right are Iries. And they complement each other so well in that like they never overlap with each other. They're always playing a different part that both add to the melodic top line itself, but also complements across each other. And that's so important for a two guitar ensemble is that harmony between each other, but as well as the harmony between the vocalists. And the harmony between the vocalists too is so clean because you have Jaeyoung on her more rock oriented, rougher sound, and then you have AleXa's vocals that's a lot more pop oriented. It's a lot more clean. It's a lot more rounder of a tone, a lot more gentler of a tone. But they still both really work together with the song, even though this type of like instrumental isn't typical of what you'd hear from an AleXa song. Her voice still doesn't stick out as much. So props to like whoever arranged this, but also props to AleXa, who's like kind of out of her comfort zone at this point because she definitely doesn't sound like it. Where's Jaeyoung's high note? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to find it. You know what? Comment section. Ah, there we go. The fact that you get the high note going into the guitar solo, which is technically like second chorus, is so cool. I love 롤링쿼츠 arrangements. They do a really good job with it, and they know their sound so well. Oh, that was good time. That was really good time. I feel like I didn't say much about Yongun, but Yongun and Adam holding down the bottom end of the song is just so clean every single time. It's so consistent. It's so clear cut. It's so well defined that if you listen to the song, you can't get around not hearing them. Like you will hear them every single part of the song, and they're just that almost like comforting constant throughout the song, where you just don't even need to address it. You know they're there, and I think that's super cool. Shout out Youngno one time, the biggest of DC stands out in the world. But also, Handong's drum teacher. I love that little tidbit. I think it's so cool. Any news on 롤링쿼츠 releases? I've been wanting to check out a release from them, but I haven't gotten the chance yet. Because they haven't had a release while I've been doing this whole thing. Because I think their last like proper release was Nazababara, wasn't it? And that was like in the summer. So yeah, let me know if there is a release in the near future that's been like rumored for 롤링쿼츠. Because I've been waiting for one. I'm waiting to check them out here on the channel. Just haven't gotten the chance yet. But that's it for me today. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy and want to see more channel icons, up there you can find the back catalog of stuff watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye bye.